Hello and welcome to my happy place. So I am filming this because my YouTube channel has reached 1,000 subscribers. So to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. As promised, I'm going to be doing a tour of my action figure collection. I haven't really done anything like this before, so I'm not really sure how to start. But you know what? We'll just walk around the office and I'll talk about stuff. It'll come together, probably. So I thought I would start here. So these are a lot of like my childhood toys all collected together. I think those look nice all together. Got Power Ranger Megazord, got a Spawn. Actually, I got into Spawn because my uncle just like gave me a bunch of Spawn toys that smelled like smoke, which kind of just like probably made them like more authentic. Got my favorite minifigure there, the Bat Lord, some Primal Rage stuff, Jurassic Park pterodactyls. I kind of love that like that pterodactyl unofficially was in the first Toy Story movie. Must have been like really popular, not just with me. In general, as a kid, I just really liked stuff with wings, as you can see here. Oh, this Man Bat is not from my childhood. I grabbed him from Quake Collectibles. He was in like a $5 loose bin. I just had to grab him. Really liked K'NEX as a kid too, so I got a little K'NEX guy here. And this Draco from Dragonheart was my absolute favorite as a kid. I don't want to knock anything over, but I actually like wrote my name in marker on him. I think I was like inspired by Toy Story at the time. Oh no! Well, kind of see it there. Who fell? Oh. What's his name? Chip. Oh, there we go. Chip Raptor from G.I. Joe. I have a theory that this guy is like the origin or the inspiration for Bird Person on Rick and Morty. What do you guys think? So let's move over here. Got some Undertale guys up there. Great game. And I've got a collection of modern Beast Wars here. So these are from, you know, honestly, I'm not a Transformers expert. I just grew up on Beast Wars and liked them. But these are more recent releases. Go through those. I got a couple of unofficial accessory packs for them so that Dinobot can be like fully kitted out. I love that. And moving our way down, I think I've got basically all the core cast and then just a couple of my toys from my childhood still. I always really liked this owl guy. I forgot his name. And yeah, so that is the Beast Wars collection. Oh yeah, my bookshelf is actually kind of part of my collection. So this is where I keep all my graphic novels and other books that I really love. Got the complete Berserk Deluxe collection, of course. But what's cool about this bookshelf is also these funny compartments in the middle, and I keep some extra stuff in there, mostly stands. Lots and lots of stands. Bags and bags of stands. So many bags. And also just a stash of only bags. So, you know, lots of action figures do not come with a little bag for their accessories, so I hoard every little Ziploc bag I can find. So let's move towards the main collection. Okay. Whoa. Tripping over my exercise bike there. Okay. So first, we've got the only Hot Toys I've actually bought. This was the Rocket and Groot 2-pack. I paid it off in installments. And the little Groot here was actually a separate Hot Toys release. Bought that for my wife. Next, we've got my complete collection of the Final Fantasy IX Bring Arts. I feel like everyone my age has like the Final Fantasy that they grew up with, and for me, that was Final Fantasy IX. I absolutely love this game. I really hope it gets a remake someday. I think that'd be super cool. And moving on, we got Guts and the Berserker armor. This is a 3-0 figure. One of my favorite things to do is pop this face off, flip this little switch. Where is it? There we go. Hell yeah. There we go. And next, we've got my Gargoyles display. Loved this show as a kid. And I had a whole bunch of the Kenner figures. In fact, I've still got them in a box somewhere. Although they're starting to have that that thing happen with older toys where like that chemical leaks out of the plastic and they get sticky. But love these new Nika figures. They're perfect. And they're actually perched on the original castle set that I had as a kid. My parents saved it for me and brought it out to me recently, and it makes for one hell of a display, I might say. I think this is like the one display in my collection that I consider like 100% complete. I mean, I think they were going to do like a Macbeth and Cold Stone, but they never did. So yeah, I mean, I've got the Manhattan crew. I think that's all I really need, right? Next, we'll move on to, open this up, move on to 3-0 Guts. This is him in his Conviction Arc armor. I love this figure. I did a little video kind of going through all of Guts' equipment, because that's like the coolest part of this figure is that all of his gear is like 100% accurate. All the little straps, where everything goes, it's all there. Absolutely rules. I don't buy a lot of 12-inch figures, but I make exceptions for figures like that. Next, we've got my remaining Play Arts Kai figures. We got Advent Children Cloud, we got Raiden, we got Dante, then we got Ezio, Edward, and Connor from Assassin's Creed. I still really like these figures a lot. I used to have a lot more Play Arts figures, but I felt like those figures just kind of got worse over time. And these guys are the last remnants of that collection. I still like them a lot, and I don't think I will get rid of them. Next, we've got Hot Toys, Star Spangled Man, Captain America. This was a gift from my wife. This was like from when, like back in the day when Hot Toys was like new and exciting and just like unbelievable with the quality. And I always talked to her about them, and she managed to grab me one, and I absolutely love her for that. And come on, isn't that great that he's got the script from his little show with the notes on the back of the shield? Such a great detail. The can't get that to focus. The figure actually came with like the 3 sheets and a little like sticker sheet of tape, so you could tape them in there yourself. Oh yeah, I got a couple of video game collector's edition statues up top. We got the from The Last Guardian, from Dishonored 2, Mortal Kombat 11, more Mortal Kombat 11, and some Assassin's Creed ones. Got my NECA Altair up there to kind of complete the quadrilogy. I'm not really a fan of the newer Assassin's Creed, so this kind of represents the series at its peak for me. And Mortal Kombat 1. All right, that was the top section. Let's go like case by case now. So, first case on the left here, we have my Bloodborne display. So there's actually only 2 official Bloodborne figures in here, and the rest are customs. So we've got, this is actually the Twilight Princess Link Figma, and I threw some goggles on him, some cloth goods, and I think he makes a pretty cool Bloodborne hunter. I love the idea of his firearm just being the claw shot. That's such a brutal, like if that was actually used in combat, that would be a brutal weapon, so I think that fits really well. He's still got the Master Sword, but sometimes I kind of want to just give him one of the hunter weapons. And we got Raido Kuzunoha. I think he works pretty well as a Bloodborne hunter. And then we got Gotham by Gaslight Batman. And this is my custom Mythic Legions hunter. He's got a Von Berg Studios head that I painted. This is one of my displays to feature the Super Action Stuff Armory walls. I absolutely love these things. Really great way to display your extra weapons. All right, let's go down. So this is the superhero display. So we got Marvel on the right, got DC on the left, and then anyone else I kind of mix in the middle, like Saitama there. I actually used to have like a whole bunch of Amazing Yamaguchi DC figures too, but with like these LPZZ ones coming out, I just kind of decided like, you know what, these are going to be the DC figures I want to keep forever. So I sold off a few of them. Though I will say I love the Amazing Yamaguchi Batman Beyond. This is a great figure. And I still like Harley a lot too. That said, I do have the newer Harley coming also. So this is my Spawn display. These are all McFarlane Toys figures, all enhanced by Forge Knight cloth goods to really amp them up. I'm especially proud of Medieval Spawn here. I repainted him head to toe. And he's got an axe from a much older Medieval Spawn figure. I think he came together especially well. Ugh. Okay, sitting on the floor now. So, this is kind of a mishmash display. The Digimon movie was very formative in my childhood, so I really like having Omnimon with Metal Garurumon and War Greymon together. And then the rest of this display is my Nendoroids. I don't collect too many of these, I just get the ones that I think are really great. So we got Guts, we got Red, Geralt, Astrobot, some Sonic characters, and I love this Pikmin Bulborb with the magnetic Pikmin that you can stick on him. Man, why is the focus so bad? Here we go. Yeah. Fun display. Might change it up in the future, but that's what it is right now. All right, we're back up high again, and this is my second case. So in here, this is kind of my modern supernatural monster slayer team, I guess. So we got the armory wall back here, showcasing all these amazing weapons. I think of all my armory walls, this one looks the coolest by far. But yeah, we got, a lot of staples of this niche. We got, Dante and Nero from Devil May Cry. This is a custom Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The head is from a very old Buffy figure, but the body is a G.I. Joe classified Scarlet. And then the coat is just some soft goods from Forge Knight. Got some unofficial Leon Kennedy and Jill Valentine figures here. Got Detective Broadway and Hellboy, and Blade back there. So yeah, I don't really feel like there's anyone of this genre missing from this display. I'm very happy with it. I like how they're kind of, hanging out. I can imagine that if this team was all together, they would be pretty much unstoppable. This is my Modern Ninjas display. So this is just kind of any modern day ninja or assassin type character. We got Ruby back there all by her lonesome. I really hope someday we actually get the full team. We got some G.I. Joe ninjas. We got Ryuko in her transformed state. Got a Foosh Toys ninja. Raiden, of course. Metal Gear Rising is pretty much definitely in my top 5 favorite games ever. Got Genji from Overwatch. Got this piece of garbage. Got the Amazing Yamaguchi Ryu. Extremely cool figure. And the Praetorian here is my first Valiverse figure, and I really like it. So definitely will not be my last. These guys are on the Iron Wing Collectibles. I think it's called the Octopus Display Stand. It's this very cool set of stands with these bendy wire arms, and they support figures extremely well and make for a very cool aerial heavy display. Next, we've got one of my favorite new lines, Operation Monster Force. This is specifically bad guys, I guess. Absolutely love this line. I highly recommend it. They're it's like a modern Mythic Legions in the way you can part swap between all the various figures. There's lots of parts reuse, but it just makes for a whole bunch of really cool figures to play with. These Blackwatch agents especially are amazing. They are so versatile. Love this line. Dracula back there's got some Forge Knight soft goods. Looking very fancy. Ugh. All right, let's sit down on the floor again. This is like a work in progress. This is kind of a mishmash of NPCs or background characters, bad guys, things like that from the modern era. You know, Lumberjack Santa is just, this is, I just don't have another place for him, but I don't want to just throw him in a box till Christmas, so this is where he is. Got the G.I. Joe Classified Cop. This guy rules. I think I'm going to pick up another one so I can use the other head sculpt, have two cops together. This is, I already forgot his name from Secret Invasion, but he makes a great plainclothes civilian. And we got some Boss Fight Studios skeletons here. And some Patriot Studios zombies. These guys are awesome. If I could get the camera to focus on them. Super, super cool. So yeah, these guys are kind of just all like, for the most part, like photo enhancing figures. All right, moving back up. Case number 3. All right, so this is my, I guess it's like my post-apocalyptic wasteland adventurer display. So huge mishmash of lines here. We got a Mythic Legions guy back there, Savage Crucible, Operation Monster Force, G.I. Joe Classified. We got some Kill La Kill figures. I think they kind of fit. And we got Laia Alopex. We got, this is a customized Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figure. We got this awesome like Fog Toys mechanics lady and her cool vehicle. And then we got a G.I. Joe Classified Chip Raptor. I love, like this is such a, I love the idea of like an HD remake of an old toy. You know, I showed him back over here. It's just so cool to see the evolution. Yeah, I like this display a lot. I would love to get a few more armory walls so I can stack up some cool weapons behind these guys. Moving down. So this is my Spider-Verse display. So just any cool Spider-Man action figure goes in here. Got the three boys from the movies in the back here. And then some other Spider-Verse figures. We got the Insomniac Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man, this Gwenom figure, which is just incredible. Yeah, really like this line. Got the CT Toys Superior Neighbor, my first one of those. Check out my video where I reviewed the process of ordering from CT Toys US store. It's great. Good way to get those figures if you want them. Moving down. And this is the growing Sonic display. So, like the Jakks Pacific Sonic figures have been around for a while, but I'm just not really into that line. There's not a lot of articulation on them. It is cool that they're cheap and they get a lot of characters, but they basically just stand around. So when these movie figures started coming out and were superposable, I was way into that. And then the DC crossover figures come out using that same articulation scheme, and yeah, I guess I'm collecting Sonic figures. And we got a McFarlane Flash here. I'm trying to collect a like the most standard Justice League that I can to go with the DC Sonic figures, so he's the first one I picked up. And then we got a mishmash of some modern big boys. So I like to, especially in these D12 cases, I like to store really heavy big figures at the bottom. We got lots of cool stuff in here. We got the Loose Collector, Mr. Hyde. He is awesome as like a Bloodborne type villain to fight. Got Fury Planet Crocker, really great villain for these adventurer guys. And this is a very old Resident Evil 4 figure. And we got the Doom guy. And we got the G.I. Joe Classified Road Pig, very cool character. He could be a good guy or a bad guy. And then we got the, this is specifically the Monster Force Kilowog figure, but that's based off of the Fury Planet Werewolf figures. Not much of a display, kind of more just storage. I definitely would like to get some risers in here and make this look a little bit more interesting. All right, time for the big case. This is kind of hard to photograph. It is like, you know, it's these two sliding doors and there's this thing in the middle, so it's not like you can have the whole thing open at once, so I'm just gonna do my best. Got the key stored here, just attached to a little magnet. There we go. Okay, so naturally, top center is the Berserk display. Berserk is my favorite franchise ever. Get a better look at these guys. So we got a little bit of a Guts timeline going on here. Got the God Hand. Guts' current party. Desperately needing Farnese and Serpico. Scoot this over. See more of that. Got Zod. Got the Golden Age trio. Looking forward to the additional figures coming out. Gonna need to do some rearranging for Skull Knight when he gets here. All right, moving on to Monster Hunter. This is one of my favorite video game franchises ever. I've got like over 1,000 hours in Monster Hunter World. And yeah, I really, really like these figures. It's too bad that like we can't really get monsters in scale, but I do like that some of the monster figures come with like a little Monster Hunter with them. Someday I would love to get in there and paint one of those guys. Do a little door switch so you can see the other side. Got some more hunters here. Got Nargacuga, that's my favorite monster. Got a little armory wall back there to show some extra weapons. And then we got the classic hunter cooking a steak with some palicos. Good stuff. All right. This is a bit of a newer collection I started, and I might be regretting in the future because it is very addicting. But this is the Joy Toy Warhammer figures. So we got some Grey Knights, got some Primarchs, and I buy the Forge Knight cloth upgrade kits for the Primarchs, and it just makes them look even more epic. I mean, like look at that fur cloak on Lehman Russ. Hell yeah. Over to the other side here. Got some more Primarchs. Got a Black Templar Emperor's Champion. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Space Marine chapter. Black Templars. All right, moving down. So this is my Pokemon display and the remnants of my Smash Brothers collection. That was a collection. My Smash Brothers collection. I kind of regretted because I was just like buying whatever figure I could find that would fit the roster and kind of fit the scale. And I ended up with a lot of figures that I don't really love. So I actually got rid of a bunch of them recently. And this is what's left. Got a still a pretty good little roster here. Pretty happy with this. The Isabel actually belongs to my wife. She's a big Animal Crossing fan. All right, moving down once again. And this is the big boys place. So this is where I store all my largest figures and also just any kind of critters that I have. So we got like a werewolf, got an owlbear, a mimic, got some big old Zezray Studios figures. Trying to get my camera to focus here. And even more big boys. Love that loose collector werewolf. Then some more critters. Yeah. All right, next, Detolf. So this is kind of a mishmash dark fantasy team. Really like these guys all together. I might replace the Black Swordsman Guts with the Bro Toys one coming out. I think he'll scale a little better with them. But yeah, these guys probably all could fit in different displays, but I kind of like them all together here. I think all they're really missing is the Figma Geralt coming out. Moving down. This is kind of my, what do you call this? Like Eastern mythology display, I guess. Lots of animal people. So we got this cool gender-bended Yukimura Sanada. The dragon actually came with this panda guy here. Got some Mythic Legions figures that fit this aesthetic. Got the White Cat Legend figure. I meant to do a review of him, but you know, just stuff piled up and I feel like the moment has passed. Got the V-Toys Asura. Got Fury Planet Blade Master Wing. This amazing Meditoys Panda Warrior. And the Destined one from Black Myth Wukong. Moving down. This is my skeleton horde. I love this display. I love the Necromancer, kind of in charge of it all. Just upgraded his horse recently. Well, I think that video will either be right before or right after this one. And yeah, just a whole bunch of skeletons. Good stuff. Okay, and this is the stables? Let's call it that. This is the stables. This is where my mounts go. So we got some old Figma horses. We got this amazing Fish Toys giant wolf. And we got a Fish Toys horse. These things are incredible if you can get your hands on one. And Savage Crucible is actually teaming up with them to do a steed for their Death Dealer figure. So that'll be another way to get an amazing horse from them. And they've got a Pegasus coming out. Can you imagine? That's going to be so cool. And we got a Mythic Legions horse. Very nice. Yeah, the stables. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, moving up. So this is what do you want to call this? Like the mute protagonist display? I don't know. But yeah, these are all, you know, just great open world? No, not open world. They're not all open world. Demon Souls isn't. Doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, just our blank slate protagonist that you get to customize display. Got some cool weapons displayed back here. And yeah, this is my custom Dovahkiin made up with a Savage Crucible body. Check out that video. And we got Figmas from Demon Souls and Elden Ring. And then we got the incredible, probably many people's figure of the year 2025 Figma Link from Tears of the Kingdom. I strung his bow. Moving on. This is a display that's probably going to get split into two soon. This is my Gladiators and Barbarians. I love this. Just a very cool, like, we are in a golden age of figures like this right now. And it's like so crowded, I want to spread it out a little bit because some of these figures are getting lost. And these guys are on a set of risers that I'm putting a short out for soon. They're really great for getting like this look in a display. Actually, you can see it down there. That's what it looks like with no figures on it. So really great because you can scoot it back pretty far and fit some figures in front. All right, let's not skip this though. This is my kind of fantasy villains display. So I've got some like kit bashed vampires back here. This is my work in progress custom of the Batlord minifig as a Mythic Legions figure. He's turning out great so far. I've just got to figure out the cape. Got the Mouse King. Got the like Lady Assassin from my Cloth Goods review video. Got an orc. Got this cool four-armed sorceress lady. Got the TB League Medusa. I actually really regret getting this. It was pricey and much smaller than I thought it would be, but still very cool. And we got Nashorn the Disinherited from Savage Crucible. This is Etrigan that I repainted head to toe. Very happy with how that turned out. Got him a Cloth Goods cape too. And Swig. Everyone loves Swig. And as I showed, down here is currently empty. I just recently combined Pokemon and Smash Brothers into one display and then moved all the big boys here. And they previously were occupying these two spots. Okay, last case. So we've got, what do I want to call this? This is like my kind of combined Savage Crucible and Mythic Legions Adventurers Party. So these are just kind of some of my favorites across both of those lines. And we got some of the weapons from those lines displayed in the back there. Got the Plamatea Guts, who scales well with Mythic Legions, which is great. And we've also got a Guardian of the Horde Undead Rogue back there. And yeah, these guys are all, you know, kit bashes I'm pretty proud of. I'll probably do little separate videos for most of them. Some of them you might be able to find in my earlier shorts I was experimenting with. Moving down. So this is my Knights display. So these are all Mythic Legions, mostly Knights. I just really like this display. I really like making Knights. And these guys all have like a mishmash of Mythic Legions parts, Forge Knight Cloth Goods. And we've also got a McFarlane Dark Knights of Steel Batman that I repainted. And also this Wonder Woman here, which is the Todd McFarlane. Here, can't really see her. This is the Todd McFarlane designed Wonder Woman. And that design was not great, but repainted looks pretty awesome. One of my favorite things to do is buy McFarlane figures super cheap and repaint them. Because they're not bad base figures, they just usually don't have good paint. And finally, the Lizard Man Army. This is mostly Savage Crucible stuff. Also got an Axie Toys dinosaur and Sauron. All right, that's everything in the cases. I guess the tour's over, or I don't know, we could look over here. Oh, I did a short about this recently. This is where I store all my individual figure accessories. I like to put them in little bags, print out a label, hang them up here for easy access. This is my filming setup. Got some lights, got the tripod for mounting my phone camera. Got some random like dio pieces and other stuff that can enhance photos. And then I've got more generic accessories in this organizer here. So this is where I can quickly grab like, you know, like muzzle flares for guns, blood, stuff like that, weapons, all that good stuff. And then this is my queue for videos. Got some figures to review, some customs to make. Oh, there's some Savage Crucible stuff down there too. Yeah, that seems good, right? Is that a good tour? I think it was a good tour. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything you saw in my collection, any suggestions for ways to improve it. Actually, yes, please someone tell me how to light display cases. I have no idea how to do it, and whenever I try to research it, it seems so complicated. So I think that's like the one major thing my collection is missing. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.